What's up, guys? Welcome back. So, been going through a little phase. Um, it's been tough lately, guys. I'm not gonna lie. It is truly a spiritual warfare out here. There is truly good versus evil going on in this world, and we have to open our eyes to it and be aware of it. Not to be like this major conspiracy theorist or anything like that, but man, it's just everything feels like it's upside down. And I don't know if it's just me, but everything lately I'm just really waking up to the modern world, the modern agenda, snapping out of hookup culture, finally. 10 years later, from 20 to 28, or 18 to, well, really like 16, but whatever. And I've also finally decided to give up weed. And that's been a vice of mine for, as long as I can remember, man. I got in trouble for smoking weed, got in trouble at a young age, and they told me I couldn't smoke weed. I started smoking the legal shit. And God, that was a total disaster. I went through a lot of that because I grew up in the era where they were selling it in the smoke shops. And, it was honestly pretty crazy because everyone's just buying it. Anybody that was on probation, it's like, oh, just go get some legal, you're good. They actually had smoke shops specifically for K2 or legal back then. And anyway, I started on the wrong path young, guys, at 15, 16 by hanging around the wrong people, not being too confident in myself, not really having, standing on my own 2 feet. And, I just kind of went with the flow. I was easily influenced. And, through that, I made a lot of bad decisions and lived a life of regret, really. By the time I was 19, 20, I had been to jail several times. I'd been in and out of trouble. I had a record. I didn't have shit going for me. I just worked little minimum wage jobs, in and out of jail, living with mommy and daddy, like just pathetic. Just chasing girls, chasing a high. If I couldn't get high off weed, I'd find some spice or K2, or then they made it into CBD. The K2 spice turned to CBD, and that was just a whole nother disaster. I was like a damn chemist over here, like mixing compounds and shit. And it's crazy, the links I took to get high. And I aged and I went through things and got in trouble, went on the run twice, did some actual time in jail, did a couple 6-month runs, and still didn't really get it. Got out and just did the same shit. Even on probation, I would find a way to get high. And towards the end of my probation, I was just totally rolling the dice. I was taking detox drinks and smoking weed, and then I'd smoke for a couple weeks, and then I'd withdraw. And I would literally withdraw and feel like shit. And do it all over again. Be trying to slug a detox drink at work, throwing up, having to go take a piss test, stressing out, all just because I wanted to get high and numb myself. And I think that's honestly pathetic, looking back on it. And, for most of my 20s, I literally just spent my time chasing highs, chasing pleasure, chasing girls. And here I am about to turn 29, reflecting like, damn, I have a lot of regrets. It's like I learned a lot from this, but at the same time, like, what have I really learned? I've spent most of my life, just my adult life, getting high and, living this hedonistic lifestyle. And, there's this new wave of enlightenment that's coming with people with self-improvement. And I've been doing really good. Like, I found YouTube self-improvement a couple years ago, and I've totally changed myself. But there was a couple big vices that I had to get rid of, and that was the weed and my obsession with girls and sex, quite frankly. So I'm cutting both of those out of my life, and it's not going to be easy, but I know that that's what's right. I know my heart, my soul, that's what we want, that's what we need. You know, I often feel myself with this very bad gut feeling when I'm fucking around doing things I shouldn't do. And lately that gut feeling has gotten stronger and darker and deeper. And it's to the point where, you know, anytime I find myself slipping off, I just feel wrong. It just doesn't feel right. And it's almost like my soul is crying out, guys. And I think this is a point that a lot of people will get to eventually. But, you know, everyone gets to that point at certain times. You know, people say you have to get to your low to find yourself. Not everyone does, and not everyone has to learn mistakes, you know, learn lessons themselves. You know, the smart ones can learn from others, but when you're hard-headed as hell like me, you gotta go through life the hard way. So, I've had a ton of ups and downs over the past few years, but at the end of the day, man, I've had a great life, I had great parents, and I'm just beyond blessed. You know, really, if I could have wished anything, I wish I had a little bit tougher growing up, because, you know, it's really the inverse of what people think. Like, people like to rag on like privileged kids, or like people that come from like middle or, you know, above middle class families. I mean, mine was, I would say, middle, maybe middle upper. You know, people rag on that, but the reality is that the best men, the strongest men, the most successful people come from nothing, guys. You know, and that's what we have it twisted. You know, don't get so caught up thinking that, oh, he has it better than me, she has it better than me, life's unfair. Nothing's gonna change, man. You gotta play the hand you're dealt in life. And that's just reality. And I realized that. And I realized where I went wrong, and not to blame my parents or anything, but I also see where they could have done better raising me. And, you know, ultimately that's what life's all about, right? Realizing where our parents went wrong and improving and growing and continuing our legacy, and, you know, starting a family and continuing life, right? That's a deeper aspect of purpose of life, I would say. And so with all that being said, I've realized, damn, I'm 28. I can't live my life getting high every day anymore. I can't live my life swiping on these apps, chasing girls. I mean, I'm happy in this relationship that I've been in for almost 2 years, and I found my best friend, my partner, and I would say my soulmate. And I don't know what else I'm looking for, you know? And when I reflect on, you know, getting high or chasing girls or whatever, it's all just escapism. That's all it is. I was literally just running from myself and who I am. And so here now I am at 28 trying to figure my life out, who I am and what I stand for. And it's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy. So guys, know that one day you're gonna have regrets. One day you're gonna wake up and see things for how you need to see them. So the quicker you take your blinders off, the quicker you get out of your head, the quicker you drop your ego, is, you know, the quicker that your life can change. I've always said, you know, I need time to myself. But when I had time to myself, I just got on my phone and just got high. I wasn't with myself. I was just chasing pleasure. And it's pretty pathetic. It's pretty pathetic. So actually give yourself time, guys. Actually give yourself time. Be still. You know, be quiet, be at peace. And just figure yourself out. You know, tap in spiritually. I've said this before and I'll say it again. You know, we are a soul living the human experience. And, you know, we really need to resonate with that, because it's a very dark world. There's dark and there's light energy, but the dark is really coming to light, I guess you could say. It's really showing. And we need positive messages. We need strong, you know, not even gonna say masculine, but just intelligent, humble, wise men that can lead, you know, the other men of society. Because I'm just so tired of seeing all these videos about girls and dating and hypergamy and red pill. Like, it's all just ridiculous. Like, you need to have your experience. Yes, like, everyone needs experience to figure out what they like and what they don't like. But this whole lie about running rotations and having all these girls and having all these options is a literal joke, man. Like, you are hurting yourself, you're hurting people. It's all dark, wasted energy. It's all wasted. Like, if you're gonna date multiple people, be 100 about that. Don't manipulate or lie to anyone, you know? I don't necessarily think that, you know, casually dating is a bad thing, but you need to be real with people and be real with where you stand and what you want. There's no sense in lying or manipulating or bullshitting people, because you're just bullshitting yourself. And life is short, life is precious. You know, time is money, time is everything, so don't waste it. You know, manifest your energy, manifest your emotions into something powerful, into something greater than yourself. That's gonna actually, you know, give you a return. My cat's playing in the background. But yeah, guys, I haven't posted in a while. I'm going through some major changes. I'm gonna be kicking the content back up. I'm just gonna be getting really raw and authentic. And I hope I can touch anybody's lives. And the reality is that even if nobody watches this, these videos are gonna help me out. And that's why, you know, I do believe that everyone should start making videos, even if you don't post them, just to hold yourself accountable. I feel like it's probably one of the best journaling methods you could do. But when you feel like you're ready, or when you feel led to, go ahead and post it for someone else. Because, you know, even if 2 people watch this video, that's better than me just sitting at home not sharing anything, you know? Because that's 3 people's lives that I changed. I've changed mine for the better and those 2 people. So that's the type of perspective you need to have, guys. You know, if you're scared to speak up, you're scared to be the difference, you're scared to stand out, forget about it, man. You only live once. Anyway, I just wanted to share some thoughts, guys. So hope everyone lives their best life and has a great day. Take care.